Welcome to our channel, where we empower you with knowledge to live a healthier, more informed life. Today, we embark on a crucial journey into the very core of your well-being, your heart. This incredible organ works tirelessly, a silent powerhouse sustaining every moment of your existence. Understanding heart health goes far beyond the well-known advice of diet, exercise, and stress management. While these pillars are undeniably vital, the heart often communicates its distress in ways that are subtle, unexpected, and easily overlooked. We tend to focus on the obvious, but sometimes, the most critical messages are whispered. Our focus today is to explore 8 unusual signs that your heart might be asking for help. These are not the classic chest pains or shortness of breath that immediately signal alarm. Instead, they are often dismissed as minor ailments or attributed to other causes. The core message we want to impart is simple yet profound: early detection is key. Recognizing these less common indicators can lead to timely intervention, potentially preventing serious complications and safeguarding your future health. Your heart deserves your attention, and understanding its unique language is the first step. When we think of heart issues, chest pain is usually the first symptom that comes to mind. However, heart-related pain can manifest in surprising areas, and the jaw is a prime example. This isn't your typical toothache or TMJ discomfort. Heart-related jaw pain often radiates from the chest or neck, extending into the jaw, particularly on the left side. It can feel like a dull ache, tightness, or pressure, rather than a sharp, localized pain. This sensation might even extend to your arm or shoulder. The physiological basis for this phenomenon is known as referred pain. The nerves that supply the heart share pathways with nerves in the jaw, neck, and arm. When the heart is in distress, the brain can misinterpret the origin of the pain, projecting it to these other areas. This symptom is particularly crucial because it's frequently mistaken for a dental problem, a muscle strain, or even just stress. Do not dismiss persistent or unusual jaw pain, especially if it occurs during physical exertion or is accompanied by other subtle symptoms. It warrants immediate medical attention to rule out a cardiac event. Snoring might seem like a harmless nighttime nuisance, but loud, chronic snoring, especially when punctuated by gasps or pauses in breathing, can be a serious red flag. This pattern is characteristic of sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep. Sleep apnea puts an immense and continuous strain on your heart. Each time breathing pauses, your oxygen levels drop, and your body responds by increasing blood pressure and heart rate to compensate. This constant fluctuation stresses the cardiovascular system. Over time, this mechanism can lead to a host of heart problems. It significantly increases the risk of high blood pressure, irregular heartbeats like atrial fibrillation, heart attack, and stroke. The heart is forced to work harder under oxygen deprivation, leading to damage. If you or your partner notice these symptoms, it's vital to consult a doctor. Treating sleep apnea can dramatically reduce your risk of developing serious heart conditions and improve your overall health. Do not underestimate the impact of disturbed sleep on your heart. Swelling in the lower extremities, medically known as edema, is a common symptom with many potential causes. However, persistent or worsening swelling in your feet, ankles, and even legs can be a significant indicator of heart failure. This is a condition where the heart isn't pumping blood as efficiently as it should. When the heart struggles to pump blood effectively, blood can back up in the veins, leading to increased pressure in the capillaries. This elevated pressure forces fluid out of the blood vessels and into the surrounding tissues, particularly in the parts of the body most affected by gravity. The result is noticeable fluid buildup, causing puffiness and a feeling of heaviness in the affected limbs. You might notice that your shoes feel tighter or that socks leave deep indentations on your skin. This swelling is often worse at the end of the day, after prolonged standing or sitting, as gravity pulls the fluid downwards. While other conditions like kidney disease or venous insufficiency can also cause leg swelling, if it's accompanied by shortness of breath, fatigue, or weight gain, it's crucial to have your heart checked. This symptom is a clear signal that your cardiovascular system needs evaluation. A cough that simply won't quit, lingering for weeks or even months, can be more than just a stubborn cold or allergies. In some cases, a persistent cough, especially one that produces white or pink-tinged mucus, can be a subtle yet serious sign of heart failure. This symptom is often overlooked or misdiagnosed. When the heart is unable to pump blood effectively, fluid can back up into the lungs. This condition is known as pulmonary congestion or pulmonary edema. The fluid accumulation irritates the airways, triggering a chronic cough as the body attempts to clear the lungs. The specific characteristic of this cough is important. It might be dry and hacking, or it could produce frothy, white, or even pink-tinged sputum, which indicates the presence of blood in the fluid. This is a direct result of the increased pressure in the lungs' blood vessels. This cough is often worse when lying down, as gravity allows more fluid to accumulate in the lungs. If you have a persistent cough that doesn't respond to typical remedies, especially if it's accompanied by shortness of breath, fatigue, or swelling, seek medical advice promptly. It could be your heart sending a critical message. Erectile dysfunction, or ED, is a condition where a man has difficulty achieving or maintaining an erection firm enough for sexual intercourse. While often viewed as a sensitive and isolated issue, ED is far more common than generally perceived and can be a significant early warning sign of underlying heart disease. It's a symptom that should never be ignored. The connection between ED and heart disease lies in the fundamental mechanism of both conditions: blood flow. Erections rely on healthy blood vessels and robust blood flow to the penis. Heart disease, particularly atherosclerosis, involves the hardening and narrowing of arteries throughout the body. The arteries supplying blood to the penis are much smaller than those leading to the heart. Therefore, they are often the first to show signs of damage from plaque buildup. Reduced blood flow to the penis can manifest as ED years before symptoms of heart disease, like chest pain, become apparent. This makes ED a crucial early indicator, a canary in the coal mine, for cardiovascular issues. If you experience ED, it's not just a matter of sexual health, it's a strong signal to discuss your heart health with a doctor. Addressing ED can lead to the early detection and management of potentially life-threatening heart conditions. Your skin can offer surprising clues about your internal health, and certain changes can indicate that your heart isn't circulating blood properly. One of the most serious skin changes to watch for is a bluish tint, medically known as cyanosis. This discoloration signifies a lack of oxygen in the blood. Cyanosis is most visible in areas where blood vessels are close to the surface of the skin. You might notice a bluish or purplish discoloration on your lips, fingertips, nail beds, or even your earlobes. This happens when there isn't enough oxygenated blood reaching these tissues. This symptom indicates that the heart is struggling to pump oxygen-rich blood effectively throughout the body, or that the lungs are not adequately oxygenating the blood. It can be a sign of severe heart failure, congenital heart defects, or other serious cardiovascular issues. Cyanosis is not a subtle sign, it's a clear indication of a medical emergency. If you or someone you know develops a bluish tint to their skin or lips, seek immediate medical attention. This symptom means your body is not getting the oxygen it desperately needs, and prompt intervention is critical. Feeling tired is a common complaint in our busy world, but persistent, unusual fatigue and unexplained weakness can be a significant warning sign from your heart. This isn't just the tiredness that comes from a long day or a poor night's sleep, it's a profound exhaustion that doesn't improve with rest. When your heart is compromised, it struggles to pump enough oxygen-rich blood to meet your body's demands. Every organ and muscle requires a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients to function properly. If the heart isn't delivering adequately, your entire system suffers. This leads to a pervasive feeling of being unusually tired, even after what seems like adequate sleep. Simple daily activities that once felt effortless, like walking upstairs or carrying groceries, can become incredibly difficult and draining. You might feel a general lack of energy and strength. This type of fatigue is often progressive, worsening over time. If you find yourself experiencing unexplained, persistent exhaustion and weakness that significantly impacts your daily life, it's crucial to consult a doctor. Your heart might be working overtime and struggling to keep up. Occasional dizziness or a brief moment of lightheadedness can happen to anyone, especially when standing up too quickly. However, frequent or persistent feelings of dizziness, particularly when changing positions, can be a sign that your heart isn't pumping enough blood to your brain. Dizziness and lightheadedness can be symptoms of low blood pressure, which itself can be caused by various heart problems. These include arrhythmias, where the heart beats too fast, too slow, or irregularly, or heart valve issues that impede proper blood flow. When the heart's pumping action is compromised, the brain may not receive a consistent and adequate supply of oxygenated blood. This temporary reduction in blood flow to the brain can manifest as a feeling of faintness, unsteadiness, or a spinning sensation. If you frequently experience dizziness or lightheadedness, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms like chest pain, shortness of breath, or palpitations, it's essential to seek medical evaluation. These sensations are your brain's way of signaling that its blood supply might be compromised, and your heart could be the cause. We've explored 8 unusual signs that your heart might be asking for help: jaw pain, chronic snoring and sleep apnea, swelling in your feet and ankles, a persistent cough, erectile dysfunction, certain skin changes like cyanosis, unexplained fatigue and weakness, and frequent dizziness or lightheadedness. These are the hidden whispers, often subtle, but potentially critical. It's important to remember that experiencing one or more of these symptoms does not automatically mean you have heart disease. Many of these signs can be attributed to other, less serious conditions. However, their presence warrants a conversation with your doctor. These symptoms are your body's way of communicating, and ignoring them can have serious consequences. Early detection and intervention can make a significant difference in managing heart conditions, improving your quality of life, and potentially saving your life. Do not ignore these whispers from your heart. Listen to your body, be proactive about your health, and consult a medical professional if you notice any of these unusual signs. Your heart is your most vital organ. Give it the attention and care it deserves.